Hello, welcome back to my course, Worldview Studies. Now, let me share again my PPT. And last time, we have started to look at a New Age worldview. And let me repeat some important points, and then we will move furthermore. New Age is a worldview that sees human beings as the center of the universe, and human beings is the ultimate standard for deciding truth and value. And I have explained the background of New Age, Hinduism, Buddhism, and pantheism from the West are the major backgrounds of New Age. And then it is a non-naturalism. It's over against naturalism or materialism. And the most famous city of New Age can be Sedona, Arizona in America. And I have explained why. And the contemporary New Age, I have explained like some magazines or New Age music by George Winston, also in Korea, quite popular. Then I explained the contents of New Age, number one, on what is really true and greatest existence is, according to New Age, the self. Number two, the external world, the world that is around us, is also, according to New Age worldview, spiritual. And this one is God. Number three, on what human beings are, New Age claims that human beings are not potential gods, but already gods. So human being is deified in this worldview. Number four, what is death? Well, New Age stresses that death is not the end. And when cosmic consciousness is reached, the fear of death would disappear. Number five, the basis for human beings to have knowledge. Naturalism stressed reason and the scientific method. But on the other hand, New Age claims intuition and emotion are more important. Number six, the morality of New Age is very relative. Number seven, the last one, on human history, New Age worldview claims a circular viewpoint. And I mentioned two major thinkers of New Age, Deepak Chopra and Shirley MacLaine. Now, then what are the strong points of New Age and weak points of New Age? Why is this movement so attractive and popular? Let me think. First of all, the first strong point of New Age is that it has recovered the importance of human beings' spirituality, the mental and invisible aspect, which has been underestimated so far. And New Age is the alternative that rose up after the First and Second World Wars, when human rationality was given absolute trust but fell into great despair after the two wars. Even to this day, quite a few Westerners follow this movement. When people found out that science and technology are not omnipotent, people turn to New Age that claims transcendence from human reason. The fact that New Age focuses on the spirituality of the person made New Age very mysterious and caught the attention of many people. And so by focusing on the self, it is possible to not lose self-confidence. Furthermore, the human consciousness is looked at very positively and is given divine nature. And becoming one with the center of the universe is very appealing to many people. Therefore, this worldview is spreading out through many books, music, and movies, and some people even fall into mystic charm and drugs to fall into trance. Now, the second strong point is that New Age encourages self-reflection. By doing this, one tries to develop the potential abilities in oneself, and to recover the true self can be seen as positive aspect of New Age. This can also restore faith in oneself and enhances self-regard. Modern people also call this mind control. This ultimate purpose of this is to reach the consciousness of the universe. And New Age music is thought to help in this process. So many people believe that by listening to New Age music will help in resting the mind and body and to find calm and at the same time seek unification with the divine universe. So the thought of human being deeply reflecting on oneself and seeking unification with Brahman to become one with the center of the universe is very persuasive to many people and is a worldview that modern people prefer. Furthermore, the possibility of contact with the divine word puts emphasis on the medium and the visions, and it seems like a word that is beyond this word would open. Thirdly and finally, the strong point of New Age is that it inspires awe into everything in this world. Whether a living organism or not, everything is thought to be divine. This is related to Hinduist and Buddhist worldview, and in this generation, when environmental destruction is rampant, by believing that universe and I are one heightens the sense of responsibility, and by doing so, helps to conserve the environment is a very positive aspect. Now, on the other hand, there are some weak points, I think. So what can be these weak points of New Age worldview? Number one, New Age worldview can easily fall into self-deception, I think. Because by saying the self is the center of the universe, the self became God, imagination became reality. So what can be seen is what exists. Then imagining and seeing the self as a private and closed universe. When the self is satisfied with the contents of imagination and controls one's thoughts, then people at the external world can do nothing for this person. However, this self is not always positive, but at times very negatively greedy. Then we can make the error of justifying our greed. In other words, it can fall into solipsism like existentialism. Number two, I think that New Age is a very mixed and eclectic worldview. Hinduism and Buddhism from the East and pantheism from the West are mixed up together, and it's a very chaotic worldview sometimes. And there are not many worldviews that mixed as many Eastern worldviews as this New Age. When one visits one of the shops of New Age in Sedona, Arizona, America, one can get the impression that it is a mixture of all the different worldviews of the world. Because you can find some items from Christian perspective, another item from Buddhism, another from Hinduism, and so on and so on. However, the focus of this worldview is the self being the center of the universe, so it is a very self-centered worldview. And so transcendent God is denied, of course, here, but instead human beings are deemed gods and use different worldview and spirit at their convenience. However, as common sense, we know that human beings are finite beings and cannot become gods. In fact, we cannot deny that deep down in the heart, human being is greedy and very egoistic and selfish, isn't it? Therefore, when a human being claims that one is a god, then this is nothing more than self-deception. And since all kinds of spirits are acknowledged, a great spiritual confusion arises. Therefore, New Age is a radical humanistic worldview that puts human being at the pinnacle of the world, more so than theism, naturalism, or Marxism. And at the same time, it is a very mystical worldview. Number three, New Age is very pantheistic, at the same time, very subjective. So it inevitably leads to moral relativism. The proponents of New Age claim that when we reach the consciousness of the universe, time, space, and morality disappear. Therefore, for them it is very hard to make moral judgment on immoral behavior. If there is no absolute moral standard, then all behavior is possible. Anything can go, and no one can ask of moral responsibility, you know? So, in this worldview, no one can judge the choice or action of another person. Self is God, so no transcendent God is acceptable, nor any transcendent standard of any kind. In this kind of worldview, it is possible to reason that since I am God, whatever I do is moral. However, we can easily see why such a worldview is very dangerous. This kind of statement would justify solipsistic egoism. In this sense, New Age worldview has some serious moral problems and even dangers within it. Number 4, and finally, in the New Age worldview, it is very hard to find any true meaning in life. It's impossible to debate with someone who claims one is God. How can you make any debate with a God when the standard that decided by oneself conflicts with that of others? It would not be possible to come to an agreement or even converse about this. So, in fact, quite a few people, in trying to help with meditation and to reach the consciousness of the universe, take various kinds of drugs. This can lead to serious social issues and can also cause secondary crimes. For instance, in the 1960s and 70s, famous drug guru Timothy Leary consumes LSD. It's a very famous drug, very strong one, until he's dead. And those who followed him deluded themselves in thinking that they are gods when in trance, losing their normal selves. Stanislav Grof, a worker at a psychological research facility, gave this LSD to his patient so that they could experience the unity with the consciousness of the universe to prepare for death. And many other followers use similar methods. Douglas Rothhaus of Denver Theological Seminary labeled such phenomenon as techno-shamanism and criticized it, of course. Next time, we shall see the alternatives to these weak points of New Age. So, this is the end of the second part of this lecture. Thank you for your attention, and we will see you next time.